This is where we go fully loaded with our buddy Nino Torres, dropping all them dimes from Peru. They're always wearing his Universitario jersey. He's all dialed up on that because there's some how do we phrase, controversy involving that stuff.
Yellow. SGH community, Mr. John Nelson, Jared Smith.
Yeah.
Morning, everybody.
Yeah, man.
So happy to be here, man.
Yep. All right. So we got into Open Cup. We were talking about the U.S. Open Cup and talking about Campeones Cup and all the competitions that happened last night. And Jarrett and I were getting into the weeds, and one of the things that we did, and this was before you started joining us, going fully loaded on your Thursdays. Yes, you're going to need to be hydrated for this. Is that because of the flaws of MLS's All-Star Game, we spent 2 consecutive years fixing the MLS All-Star Game. Now it is our duty to fix Open Cup and Leagues Cup and get that on the board. So we were fixing all of that stuff and complaining about schedule compression and all these kinds of things and seeing things come out the other side. Columbus Crew make it to the last game. Yeah, and I know you got your tattoo. You got your tattoo of the Columbus, Ohio perimeter on that left soup bone of yours. There it is. And they made it to the last match in Campeones Cup before losing to Club America in penalties. So they get to the end of the line. And Jarrett is of the mindset, and I don't think he's in a minority, that Wilfred Nancy is going to be getting phone calls from the other side of the Atlantic because of what he is doing. Is he the kind of guy you think that would stay and continue to build in Columbus, or does he jump and go back home, you think?
It's a good question, man. But I think when he took the chances to come over here to Columbus, he didn't realize how well it was he going to do. And you obviously come up with expectations to do the best of that you can. But when you get this kind of success, we're talking about 4 finals in a year, man. For 4 finals in a year, it's an impressive for MLS teams. And I think that his commitment with the club is going to make him stay maybe for another year. I want to say 1 more year, okay? But then it's crazy. At the same time, it's crazy nowadays because it's so hard to turn down the obnoxious amount of money that's coming from the offers, right? And I don't know if that kind of money is going to be going down in the MLS anytime soon. So, but based on what the guy did, based on what his relationship with the players, with the club, I think I would stay 1 more year to see, to give me, maybe I can get another championship. Maybe I can, you gotta win that CONCACAF again, and put the not just the crew on the continental map again, but the MLS.
Jarrett, leading off with your first question for Nino here as we're fully loaded on a Thursday.
Yeah, this actually, I think might be my only one. I have a work call I have to jump on to, but
screw that.
I want to ask about. No. I want to ask about what went down with Botafogo last night.
Okay, we're going
Let's
there.
start there.
All right.
I'm choosing violence to start. I'm dropping a grenade and leaving.
Oh, so let me ask you. I'm gonna answer that question with another question. So, how many finals for Atlanta this year?
Oh, wow.
There will be a final game.
Yes.
A final game on decision day. There's that.
Wow.
Settle.
Wow. Jarrett went with violence and Nino just shot right back. He took the grenade. Literally, Jarrett threw a grenade.
No, that's fine. No, because it wasn't even just the grenade. It was just the insanity of that game. That I was on the road for 10 hours yesterday driving back from Florida, and I got home just in time for a shootout. And I sat down and thought, what the hell is happening? I don't know. Like we have for years tried to spread the gospel of Sudamericana and Libertadores to people, and
Right?
every year we just keep pointing at it like, see, this is chaos. This is fun. Please watch.
Yes. That's what we like, man. That's what we like here in CONMEBOL, because you go into a war every single game, man. Every single game is a battle. Everything single game it's a lot of stake. And it's so much fun to watch, man. It's so much fun to watch because you got this all adrenaline from the games that there's, and we got plenty of games also coming up in Sudamericana, Libertadores tonight, and hopefully there's more to come for the MLS. I know that it's logistically undoable for the MLS to come play Libertadores or CONMEBOL or Sudamericana.
Oh,
but I asked this to Don Garber once when he was in Columbus. Boss, I said, hey, any chance that we're gonna go down there to play Libertadores? And he's like, think about this, man. Go from Seattle to freaking Buenos Aires, man. It's like, I don't know how many hours it's the flight, but it's like 15 hours, 15, give it a take, right? It's go New York to Santiago. No. But you know what? Why not try 1 year? Just 1 year, right?
There's enough money for them to try it. There's enough money on the table. They'll try anything once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of money on the table. So I don't know. I think if you guys, I'm talking about Domingos and Garber, president of CONMEBOL. I think why not, man? Why not? Why not try once? Just give it a try to see, and maybe if it doesn't work, okay, you said we try, right? But give it a try. Give it a try.
I mean, could you?
I would lose my mind if they would try it. Can you imagine Mercedes-Benz Stadium?
Boca Juniors.
Boca Juniors coming here for a full stadium experience. People would not know what to do. They're not prepared for that. They're not prepared for, like, hey, we sent LAFC on the road. What'd you do? We sent them to Monumental. How'd that go? Not well. No one was ready for that.
But still, man, you dropping those prospective matchups. I pulled the Rock here from WrestleMania 40. I'm doing I'm doing the goosebumps.
Olivier Giroud's played all over Europe. Drop him in Monumental at 38 years old. Like, nope. Sorry, guys, my calf tightened up. I'm good.
I mean, picture this. We're fixing international soccer this morning on Fully Loaded. That's what we're doing. I mean, picture this. If you had an LAFC, if you had a Messi and friends, if you get the Gulfstream Galacticos to go play River Plate and have it mean something, holy Christ.
No, just let me go a step further.
Here we go. All right, we're dialing it up this morning. Go for it.
So I'm gonna, of course, I swear I didn't smoke anything weird this morning, but I want to say this, all right? How about just picture this, right? Atlanta United winning the Copa Libertadores at the Monumental.
Oh my God!
Versus River Plate.
Huh? You want money on the table? Send
God.
Inter Miami down to Newell's. Send Messi and Tata down to Newell's.
Oh wow!
Watch what happens. They might retire on the spot and just hang out for a while, but watch the attendance of that game.
But at the same time, you better have the gendarme like in like a 3-mile radius around Newell's Stadium because of all the stories that folks are saying about Messi if he ever comes home and goes back to Newell's. But I mean, to have those kinds of matchups, to have an LAFC, to have an LA Galaxy, to have a Crew, to have a Messi and friends, to have an Atlanta United going into these competitions the SDH Super Copa. That's it. That's what we're calling it.
There you go.
The SDH Super Copa when we win the Powerball or whatever, we're going to take our random clubs that we want, throw them into this pot, and do it's like winner take all. Here's like $5 million US winner take all in this invitational, the SDH Super Copa. We're in. I got this figured out, man. We're good.
That's it. Sign me in.
I'm all jacked up now. Okay. All right. So Botafogo Sao Paulo last night. Some guy named Thiago Almada scored. Folks in Atlanta might have heard of him. Then for the longest time, it was 1-0. And then in the 87th, you get an equalizer. Then it goes to PKs. And and even though it didn't, and I say this jokingly because in the end, it didn't really matter. But has that one PK knocked, and Jarrett mentioned this, that one PK that went well over the bar, has that one knocked the Michael Bradley PK into a decaying orbit?
It's got to be like that. But and I was watching that game. I watched the full game of that Sao Paulo and Botafogo. And really, that Sao Paulo did not got much, man. Did not got much in Botafogo. And I'm so happy for Botafogo to reach the finals. Not the finals. There's still a couple more games.
Semis, yeah.
But they got the semifinals of a CONMEBOL tournament in 51 years, man. 51 years, man. It is ridiculous. So it's special for Botafogo, and I'm so happy for them after that to derail from last year. They were leading for 17 points, and they ended up behind. Ended up blowing up that lead. 17-point lead, man. How do you blow out 17-point lead in a tournament, man? It is ridiculous. But back to the penalty thing. That's the beauty, man. I don't know why people it's against the penalties. It's the most even decision for a game. Then you gotta go for flipping a coin, right? But penalties are fun. Penalties are dramatic. Penalties add so much more to the game, and a lot more to the game. I'm so all for it, for the penalties. But having said that, I miss what I miss from soccer rules. It's the golden goal, man.
Okay,
that was awesome. That was super dramatic because once you score, the game was over.
Mm-hmm.
At that very moment you score, game over.
Mm-hmm.
Game over. Oh my, it's beautiful. I think they might consider to bring that back up.
That'd be pretty sweet. Tonight it is Peñarol and Flamengo. Flamengo in the juice boxes is a plus 124. They're a road favorite. 6:00 Eastern time in the U.S. Peñarol is a plus 235 and Flamengo is a plus 222.
Oh, Peñarol. Everyone should be supporting Peñarol. The Carboneros. The Giants are back, man. The Giants are back. 5-time champions, Copa Libertadores, man. 5 times, man. And they haven't won this tournament since 1987. This is the first chance to go back into the finals since 2011 when they lost to Santos. And after what I saw in the first leg, Peñarol you gotta Google that goal from Peñarol versus Flamengo, man. Just Google up because it's just magic. It's magic. All the elaboration from side to side, starting one side, finishing on the other side, and having the character to hold on Flamengo because they went after them. But Peñarol did not flinch. Did not flinch one time. Not one time. All the structure was so solid, and they could have won it. They could have put a couple more goals with a couple more counterattacks. So could have been the distance could have been longer. But 1-0 it is what it is. And now they're going back to El Campeón del Siglo Stadium in Montevideo, sold out, completely sold out.
Better be.
Campeón del Siglo in Montevideo to welcome the almighty Flamengo. Got a roster of $250 million, bigger than anyone else in the continent. All right, it was funny because the other day we were somebody matched up the rosters of leagues. All right, leagues. Right, so the roster of Flamengo is more valuable than the entire Liga Uno in Peru, than the entire Ecuadorian league, than the entire Colombian league. The league, bro. That's the difference that there is now between the Brazilians and the rest of the continent. And but if there's a country that can stand up against Brazil, that's Uruguay to me. Okay. Those are the Uruguayans, and they've done it many times, and I think they're going to do it again. It's the moment for Peñarol. Let's go, Peñarol.
All right. The other half of the bracket has already been figured out, and they don't play again until late October. It's Atletico and River Plate. And so River Plate, after knocking off Colo-Colo 2-1 in the aggregate, they advance. And Atletico was down 1-0 to Fluminense before scoring 2 goals and making their way through. So Atletico, River Plate, 1 semifinal. Botafogo waits on Peñarol, who's up 1-0 in the aggregate right now on Flamengo. So that is Copa Libertadores. Now we got to go. Yeah,
that's the more even matchup right there between River Plate and Atlético Mineiro, because I don't think River Plate has enough to beat Atlético Mineiro. After what I saw last night, it was a massacre. 25 shots from Atlético Mineiro. 17 of those on target. 17 on target. All right. The goal was massive. Then they're scoring only 2 goals. They missed a penalty. Hulk missed a penalty. But Atlético Mineiro last night, it was wild. It was scary. And I don't think that we play even with the almighty Gallardo and the world champions with Huevo Acuña and the return of Mancini for River Plate is going to be enough to. But who knows? I want to see a River Plate versus Peñarol final.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. Sudamericana, they're still in the quarters leading into the semis. Corinthians made it no problem. They beat Fortaleza 5-0 in the aggregate to make it to the semis. And yesterday, Lanús was going up against Independiente Medellín. And for Lanús, there's another familiar face for Atlanta United folks. It is Marcelino Moreno. So Marcelino Moreno's getting reps right now at Lanús. And Lanús, it took them a while, but they got the win. It was goalless going into leg 2. Lanús gets the win 2-1 in the aggregate. So they advance, and the other 2 matchups are today. So before we get into Libertad Asunción Cruzeiro and Atlético Paranaense Racing Club, what about Corinthians and Lanús making it through?
I think Corinthians is going to take it. Corinthians is going to take it on Lanús, and I love that my boy André Carrillo is starting now, not just playing for Corinthians, starting for Corinthians in the right wing. And picture this, right? Because in Brazil, if there's 2 positions that we can get more quality is wingers and outbacks, right? And he is playing as a winger in the Brasileirão. That is remarkable for André Carrillo at the age of 32. My boy, all my good vibes to you. And Lanús, it's a classic, man. It's a classic in Sudamericana. They always go up there when they start to make a run. It's so hard to stop him. And that's a very even matchup right there, Corinthians and Lanús. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens in those 2, man.
Today, both of them are at 8:30, so it's simultaneous play. Cruzeiro, heavy favorite at home against Libertad Asunción at a -175, and this is to win the match specifically, not to go through in the aggregate.
Okay.
Cruzeiro, big favorite, -175 to win tonight. Libertad Asunción is almost a +500 to win tonight. Racing Club, basically the same. They're a -179 tonight, hosting Atlético Paranaense at a +484. So right now the juice boxers are saying Cruzeiro and Racing Club winning tonight to work their way through. But the biggest question is, can they win big enough tonight? Because can they win big enough tonight to get through? Cruzeiro's already got a 2-0 lead. So if they win, they've got some money to play with here. Atlético Paranaense is up 1-0 heading into leg number 2. Racing Club has some work to do.
I think that Racing Club game is going to go into the penalties, man.
Okay.
They're going to go into penalties. I don't think that even though, but who knows, right? Because if we got Martinez and Quintero in a big night, it could be something special for Racing that they're looking to go back into the semifinals of international competition after 27 years. It's been a long time in the making for Racing, who has a Gustavo Costa as a man of the house, right? A big Racingista leading the way. But it all depends. It all depends. If the Colombians are on fire, case closed.
Okay.
Case closed. Nothing goes without penalties. But it could be either way. And the other matchup, Cruzeiro, they're not going to have any mercy on Libertad. I'm sorry, Libertad. You got your chances. If this is the thing, if the Paraguayans don't win at home, they're done.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gotta go now. Go to Brazil, and you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it.
All right. So I have your list, and we have 3 topics to get to before we do the handoff. And I know that you probably want to ask about Libertadores and Sudamericana with Nico when he shows up here in probably about 10 minutes. So since we are discussing what's going on the South American continent, story involving your jersey. You say, historical championship controversy between the 2 Peruvian giants, Universitario and Alianza Lima. Please, sir, explain and expound.
So that's crazy, right? I don't know what's going on with the people from Alianza Lima, because this is the year of the Centenario of Universitario, for the 100 years of the club. And then they've been throwing stories here and there. But yesterday, it was one of the... I mean, for us, it's funny, right? For Universitario fans, it's funny because it's all said and done. Universitario has more championships than anyone else, right? We got 27 titles. Alianza Lima has 25. But there is this story from the title from 1934. 1934. So the books, the official records from the Peruvian Soccer Federation says that our Universitario Deportes won the title for 1934, right? And Alianza Lima won the previous 3. They got the 3 championships in a row. They could have done it 4 in a row, unprecedented. It never is done. It has never been done in Peru. Anyway, so but there is this historians. They say that no, that's not true. That Alianza Lima won that year, even though the title points at 21 points, right? 21 points for Alianza, 21 points for Universitario. But it was decided because of the result of the reserves. So Alianza reserve beat Universitario's reserve. And that's how they decided the title, right? And then the Peruvian Soccer Federation said, you know what? We're going to play one matchup. It took like 6 months or so. We're going to play another matchup. We cannot leave this like that. We cannot be deciding this tournament because of the...
We're going to do a +1.
There you go. You know, we're going to play one game and one game only. And guess who won? We won. Right? But no, this is not true. This is not true. You guys are fake. So this guy, this random journalist, sent an email to FIFA in February, right? February 23rd, I think is the date.
Oh, my God.
And he just got a response yesterday. Right? Yesterday got the response.
7 months.
That no, the champion of 1934 in Peru is Alianza Lima. And it's been going on all around. You can have no idea.
This is like, man, it's like Southeastern Conference football. It's like, rivalries. No, we've got this many wins. No, we've got this. No, we know exactly what you're talking about with college football and those kinds of things, brother. That's about par. That's about par.
It was funny, man. It was funny.
That is absolutely, and so yeah, I can see how you guys are taking swings at each other over that. But yeah, that is a college football Saturday in the Southeast, man. you get those rivalry numbers.
They're the official records, man. The records are the records.
Oh no, No, there are college football rivalries in the southeastern United States where they dispute the number of wins, and it goes back to those times that are 90 to 100 years ago, where records and newspapers, you remember newspapers, where it's like, this is what we think happened, but how many people were there and how many people remember it? And like, no, we won that game. No, that one didn't count. We had our guys off to war, and we had a team of non-students that were there. Oh, absolutely. No, this is par for the course.
And I'm gonna do something about this, man, because I'm not done with this. I'm sick of these aliancistas that they're saying this. I know you didn't win. You guys are fake. Your title is for 93 was fake. To the newspaper in Peru here is the biggest one of all, El Comercio. They have, of course, their archive. And I'm going to go there and dive in. Give me the files from 1934. I'm going to pull it up. I don't know if I can take a picture or not, but we'll figure something out. But I'm going to go there and pull the official records from that year because they have it. They do have it. So, Alianza Lima, watch out.
All right. You are hip deep in the Portuguese Primera right now. What's up? What you're doing with GOLTV. And it is time to get out the trumpet and hit it as loud as humanly possible. Grab the siren, sit there and wind it up and make it as loud as possible because you are turning into the Victor Gyökeres fan club president. Understandably so, considering what he's doing at Sporting, but you are sounding the Gyökeres siren and hitting it as loud as humanly possible. The question that you brought to the table, is he the best striker in the world right now? Your evidence, counselor, leads to what?
Leads to 40 goals in 40 games this year. No one has more goals than Victor Gyökeres in the planet. He has more than Mbappé. He has more than Haaland. He's ahead of those two. All right. And not only that, in the last 10 matches, listen to this, sir. 17 goals and 5 assists in the last 10 matches. So tell me if your boy Haaland has done that. Huh? Tell me. Just tell me. No. Nobody is as little as Victor Gyökeres right now on the planet, man. On the planet. All right. So bring it on. And of course, we're going to see him in the Champions League now, week after week. He's going to keep adding out those numbers. And then when they're going down to Eindhoven next week. So I think it's going to be another massive night for Victor Gyökeres in the Champions League. And now this is hopefully in the winter transfer window, no crazy dude comes up with 200 million to take out Gyökeres out of the Premier League. That's the only way that they can take him out because his release clause right now is 100 million now.
And it's going to get even bigger and bigger with Gyökeres. If Sporting can pull the trigger, my guess is it'll happen after the regular season's over because they don't want to. They don't want to upset things in what they're doing right now. They want to win the league. They want to go as far as they can at Champions League. They got to hang on to Gyökeres until the season's over. Then I think they make the deal. You also had a really cool story involving Sporting CP and one of their big fans. What happened there?
Yeah, it was crazy, right? Because I was calling the game, the Sporting game last weekend, and I saw this grandma with her jersey of Sporting. Right, all the fans, all the head coach, he got pictures with the players, and I was going on the air, and it is so cool because when something like this happens in Portugal, I always say on there, guys, film in here, what's going on? That people on X, people on the Instagram, everywhere, just write to me what's happening. I don't know what's happening because I prep for the game, but I'm not prepped for an old lady coming into the stadium, right, when it's his 83-year-old jersey. I don't know what's going on. So then, boom, somebody said that to me. Boom, send it to me. It says, this lady lost her house on a fire because there's a lot of fires in Portugal right now, as well as in Peru, too. I'm glad that they're it's over now. But the TV was, this lady is losing her house, but she was saving her Sporting club stuff from the fire.
Wow.
Right? Her memorabilia, that's what she saved. That's what she rescued from her house. Nothing else but her beloved club's memorabilia. And so they saw that on the news. They called the lady. It was just the people to understand what the passion for the sport, for your club, and your colors are in your heart, man, for a reason.
How much? That's very cool. How much Universitario stuff do you have there in the Studio de Nino? How much stuff do you have of Universitario?
I got a couple of things. But I promise you, right? Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I want to show you something. Hold on, my boy here.
Yeah, here we go. We are a pet friendly environment. We are pet friendly. Oh yeah, here we go. There he is, bringing the man to the table. He's like, what am I doing? Oh, he's got his jersey.
Universitario jersey, buddy.
That's awesome. You woke him up. He's just like, Dad, can you put me back on the sofa? I was sleeping. Can you do that for me?
Yes.
You woke him up to show the jersey. He's like, man, can you just put me back on? Can you put me back on the sofa? You woke my ass up to show that. But as always, we are a guardian. We are a guardian promoting zone, and any time that the pups make their way on, it is always approved. By the way, the Rowdy Man, since the boss is now headed to work, Rowdy Man is under his table.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's just like, yeah, whatever. He's out. He's just like, yeah. I mean, that's his standard position. What he does, he'll be under his table, looking at the entryway to the office, being the guardian and protector that he is. So if someone that he doesn't know, or if he hears a noise, he's out like a shot. He's down the hall and he's out the door, and he's making sure that everything is okay. And so anytime that we get to show our guardians and our friends, that is always going to be the case. My other question for you has to do with what you're calling this weekend, because for those on GOLTV that get to watch you on GOLTV, and everybody that we are trying to get Fanatis, fntz.co/soccer down here. That way you help out us, you help out Fanatis, you get to hear and hang out with our man Nino here. What is the schedule this weekend for you?
We got a light schedule this weekend. We got 2 games on Saturday and 2 games on Sunday. Of course, we got the big dogs from Portugal. I got the Benfica's game on Saturday. It's at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. Benfica versus Gil Vicente. Then we got the Uruguayan Championship with Wanderers versus Danubio. Danubios, the only leader that's running perfect in the Uruguayan Championship. I'm all for that game. And then on Sunday, Porto versus Aruca, the Dragons. All right, guys, since I was mentioning strikers, right? But I also Portugal striker, Spaniard, 23 years old, Samuel Omorodion. The guy scored 3 goals in the last 112 minutes.
Yeah, we have been keeping an eye on Amorodion and finding out what he's going to be like, because the paycheck will exist for Amorodion coming up in short order. All right, last half hour of the show. We know what that means. That means we add Seattle to the mix. I run a fancy open. We turn it into a 3-way dance with a handoff. I imagine today that the conversation is going to be Sudamericana, Libertadores. We'll get into that coming up. So let me hit the fancy open. We'll bring in Seattle. It'll be Atlanta, Peru, and Seattle in the final half hour here of the show with our buddy Nico Moreno. And so, of course, I promoted all, and I'm sitting here looking. It's like, where's my open? And I can't find my open to hit it. All right, here we go. Found the open. Fancy open. Here we go. That time. Beat 2, 3, 4. It is Nino, it is Nico, and it is Nelson. That's where we are here for the final half hour. We're starting with the handoff. Nino, what did you want to talk about with Nico this week? Did you want to do a Libertadores and Sudamericana? Where did you want to go?
Yeah, we want to go Libertadores. We'll have, unfortunately, there's no Colombian teams on the picture, neither Peruvians. So it'll be nice to see that, and anytime soon. But Nico, who do you think can make a run next year for the Colombian League in the Copa Libertadores?
Oh man, that's tough, man. The Colombian League has been in such a disarray as of late. Actually, my team of Colombia, Atlético Nacional, they're usually at the top of all of these sort of tournaments. I'm not used to watching a Copa Libertadores where Atlético Nacional is not a protagonist on. Junior was the last one to like really be any sort of competition this year. So it's been a difficult one. I like Nacional either way, not just because it's my team, but I feel like it's one that is starting to get a group of players, both young and experienced. They're not going the Cali way, which is going way older, trying to recycle all the old talent that the league has had. So I think Nacional is a team that hopefully can get back to its roots of winning and begin to mold more players, not just in this sort of tournament, but to pass them on to Europe, which is something that's pretty particular for Atlético Nacional.
All right, that's the handoff. As we go through Sudamericana, we go through Libertadores, and we even talked a little bit about what's going on with Nino and his Columbus, Ohio perimeter tattoo. We'll get into that with Nico coming up in just a little bit. Nino, as always, my friend, great to have you for the first half hour of the Power Hour here on Thursday when we go fully loaded. Be safe. Make sure that the boss, your lead security agent, continues to nap wearing his Universitario jersey on the sofa behind you. Do not be a stranger. We will catch up with you next week, and anytime you want to crash, you know you can crash.
Thank you so much, guys. Always a pleasure. I'll see you next time.